Hello guys, so today we want to see what is Digimon Survive. Digimon is a large and significant Japanese franchise, a direct competitor to Pokemon. It all started back in 1997 with the release of Virtual Pets, and a year later the first full-fledged video game was released, and since 1999 numerous anime series and films began, which became popular around the world. Well, let's go. Related product, toys, merch that brilliant billions in profits, and the title of the main cultural and social phenomenon of the zero for Japan anyway. Games over the years, of course, just an incredible amount has came out. But recently, the flow has begun to dry up. We mainly saw online and mobile projects. The plot didn't go well, and the development of Digimon Survive, as I said, was stalling. But before talking about the new game, I will note that for many, Digimon is a bright childhood, teenage memory of how they watched the first series of the beginning of the 2000s. They were drawn in sort of the childish style and told simple stories of the kids. Kids get into digital worlds where they meet good digital monsters who become their partners and friends and fight the bad ones together to save the real world. Here, great attention is paid to the plot, characters, emotions. At the same time, the story enters to the territory of gloomy horror, which has never happened before in this series. And in general, this is primarily an epic visual novel, and only then a tactical RPG and collecting pets. Therefore, those who, out of habit, came here for the last two scenes were disappointed and began to criticize the project for having too many letters. There are many letters indeed, it annoyed me at first too. Yes, the characters and the story seems to be new, but everyone understands everything. It's unlikely the newcomers will look into such game for ignorance. The same times motives recognizable, even outwardly images. And similar situation and even direct quotes. A group of schoolchildren went on the excursion, got lost, got, it seems, into a parallel world where their school was abandoned, faced an unknown threat and met anticipated animals. No one here calls them Digimon, but I repeat, everyone understands everything and is happy to recognize the dinosaur Agumon. So when they talk about this whole interlude for a long time and the kids with fight and big eyes scream 20 times God, who or what is this? Are what in a parallel world? What are they talking about? Of course it's annoying, but the further, the more interesting it becomes. It more interesting from the point of view of not the novelty of the scenario, but what sometimes shocking and not all childish consistence our decision can lead to. So, communicating with one of the characters more or less, taking sides in disputes and so on will strengthen or do not strengthen the connection with him. And this directly affects who of them will die or not die. The story also depends on the formation of Takuma's characters. Our actions and answers in the dialogue has are reflected in the indicators of spirit, anger and harmony. Considering that all characters, despite the anime cliches, turned out to be interesting in their own way, any death of course, causes shock and realization of how much this game has evolved compiled to multiple Digimons. Another thing that is many came here for a different genre, but also is the tactical RPG Digimon Survive is completed. In battles, the height difference is taken into account, attacks from the back or from the blank deal more damage. Before the battle you can arrange the characters, pets, gain levels, learn skills, you can crystal of them that give bonuses to the characteristics or, for example, allow you to accumulate more experience. Boss friends and who have indicators of resistance to the elements, although all the participants in the battles are collected with each other according to the classical principle rock, paper, scissors. The lack of wide choice of classes which can be changed almost on the fly, which is typical for Japanese tactical RPGs, is compensated by the abundance of pets and their evolution system, which allows to take on different forms. Digimon Survive is a game for fans, but it hasn't been afraid to offer a change that many fans didn't like. Perhaps they simply did not understand the very idea of growing up, which was so emotionally shown in the film. Digimon Adventure The Last Evolution. The authors, according to her logic, just remain the same children who still have potential, because they aren't ready to develop strip for something new, which means that Digimon are still with them. Thanks for watching, guys. Put your likes and subscribe please, and goodbye.